All right, you ready, Carla?
Yes.
All right, hello everyone, and welcome to SummerSlam 2.0, our second annual SummerSlam tournament at Mirror Lake Racquet Club here in Mobile, Alabama. By the way, if there is any glitch with the internet, that's a busy holiday weekend here on Dauphin Island off the coast of Alabama. And when there's a lot of people with limited internet connections, sometimes it will glitch. But just a heads up, all draws are available on the USTA site, correct?
Yep. They're all published already.
Yep. So we do this just as a way to kind of build up the excitement. All right. So we have a total of 45 teams for this tournament spanning 6 divisions. So we have men's 3.5, men's 4.0, and men's 4.5. And as well, we have women's 3.5, women's 4.0, and women's open.
No, women's 3.0, women's
sorry.
3.5, and women's open.
Sorry, my fault.
Yes.
Thank you for the correction. All right. As usual, all players will be flexible with match start times. Rain or shine, we tend to be as expeditious as possible and try to get everything set as they should be. Okay. If there's any rain delays, etc., then we will be on top of that. Generally, if it rains on a clay court with the equipment we have, which is great, it takes us a couple hours to dry everything out, and then we will definitely do our best to accommodate if that occurs. Okay. If there is any match start times, whether it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and everyone agrees in your group or that match or future matches that you wish to change it, then we'll accommodate accordingly. So we're very flexible with that. Also, I did want to mention this. Tyler Kearns, who is the Dean of Students at St. Paul's, respectively, and also manages the Mirror Lake Racquet Club swimming pool, has opened the door to everyone playing in the tournament or friends, family, whatever, to jump in the pool. So the doors to the pool will be open, and we thank Tyler for that. So don't forget to bring your swimsuit if necessary. We have locker room showers and so forth, so you can get changed if you do. Okay. As always, we like to bring a couple of adult beverages for everybody. So on Friday night, we will have a keg for all of you to drink. If it floats, which usually it does, then maybe we can all chip in and get a second one. Okay. Also, thanks to the Trophy Shop of Mobile, Alabama, that is, for making some of our best trophies to date. They did a beautiful job. Also, thank you to YTech Strings. What's up, Ivor Savage, who owns the company, personally a great friend of ours. And a big shout out to Team Diadem Sports, who has always been on board with what we do here at 5K and at Mirror Lake Racquet Club. We enjoy these tournaments. They're super fun for us. We always think of tournaments as a progress report. So when we teach, we ask students, regardless of age, what do you think it is you need to work on? Right? Well, tournaments is really how you answer that question. Okay. So progress report time. When you were in school, halfway through the semester, you get a progress report, tells us what we need to work on. So this is a good opportunity to find out what will be in your best interest moving forward in your future tennis lessons. Okay. Carla and I try to put everything back into every tournament that we receive from it. And we have, I think, exemplified that for this one. On Friday night, we will have a food truck, which I think is Lith's Asian Cuisine. Is that correct?
Correct.
Amazing food. Some of the best food you can possibly get, much less out of a mobile truck. Also on Saturday, for Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening, we have 2 food trucks. This is a Spanish type of theme. Do you know who they are?
I know one is Los Arepas. I don't know.
Like arepas, Los Arepas?
No, one's a Las Arepas truck, and the other one it's tacos,
Yeah.
and they'll have ramen, right? That's how you say.
So we'll have a what's it called? Cinco de Mayo, in essence, and July Saturday, and we will have the Asian sensation on Friday. Semifinals and finals will be Sunday, so we always look forward to
Los Arepas.
Los Arepas.
Taco y más.
All right. Without further ado, let's get right into the format. By the way, anybody paying attention to this now, namely Yin Hao Kaur, what's up out there? What's up, Mom? Our group discussion for Wimbledon and ATP and WTA will be at 2:00 today. So Ashish, if you're still out there, what's up? I love you. We'll get into that at 2 p.m. Central. So about an hour and 45 minutes from now. Okay. Some divisions in this tournament are round robin format, and some divisions are regular bracket format. Okay. Reason being is we did have some uneven numbers. So namely, if there was 7 teams instead of 8 and so forth. So we wanted to maximize the amount of tennis to be played while also thinking about the maximum heat that we're dealing with now. And we will be very accommodating for that. Speaking of heat, Carla and I have bought, I think, something like 4 or 5 canopies for the club, and we had 2 more donated when we finally couldn't pocket replacing the thunderstorm broken canopies. So with that said, Carla and I will purchase another canopy this upcoming week, so we have it in place for the weekend.
And if you guys want to bring canopies, maybe for your little section, I've seen people like, with heaters when it was cold, if they want their own little section, you're welcome to do that. I have moved some tables around and chairs where I notice most people like to watch matches, so they can have some shade as well.
Exactly. And as well, thanks to Coach Dale Falkenberry, who has been a coach for myself and many others in the area since we were very young. She actually purchased the construction materials to build a wooden pavilion, both on center courts and as well on courts 1 and 2. So those will be erected in time, but I don't think they will be erected by tournament start. So we will get another canopy. Please remind me to take the canopy off so we don't shred and slash another one. Anyway, so in the round robin formats, then everyone in each group will play everyone. And then the top teams out of those group pairings will meet in the semifinals and or finals on Sunday.
Right. There are groups that are 1 and 2. So they will play each other they'll play each other within their group.
Correct. In the semifinals, it'll be a mixture of the 2 groups. Right. Regular brackets, we will have a consolation. So if, say, you were to take a loss in the first round of the main draw, then you will, again, continue to play on the consolation. 2 losses done. And ultimately, I think there's a lot of good matches. So I'm looking forward to every last one of them. Okay. If there's any questions, by the way, please contact myself, Justin, or my lovely Spanish bride here, Carla, at area code 251-404-0011. Text message, call, whatever you wish. Beginning tomorrow, we'll be on the court all week. So if we don't answer and you call, it's because we're on the courts. Okay. Also, too, we have a very active pro shop, stringing rackets. And as usual, I'll be able to string rackets, but during tournaments, sometimes we don't have much time to do anything but groom courts and dispatch matches, etc. So if there's anyone that needs rackets strung prior to the tournament, I recommend that you get them to me before this upcoming Friday, because it will be a tough situation to string a bunch of rackets while we're trying to dispatch matches, groom courts, etc. Okay. So make sure, if you want your rackets strung, to get them to us before the weekend. All right. So without further ado, I am going to turn it over to Carla. Oh, and by the way, I may have already said this, but the number to contact us by text or by phone call is area code 251-404-0011. I'll repeat it. Area code 251-404-0011. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Carla. Carla has spent a lot of time here in the past 2 days making the draws, and that's in I guess in correlation with the USTA site. She did a good job with that. So I'm going to turn it over to Carla and let her give you a heads up of the approximate match start times on Friday night. Remember, if there's any rain-related issues, we will be accommodating, and we will do our absolute best to make sure we get resumed play as soon as possible.
All right, let's start with the women's 3-0. There's 2 groups. We have group 1 and group 2. Group 1, Kim Pugh and Debbie Taylor will have a bye. So
what division is this?
3-0.
Women's 3-0?
Right.
Okay.
So you guys will not play Friday night. I also put all the times on the link so you guys can see it in case you don't watch the video or in case you don't remember where I said it. First match is all matches that I mentioned right now are going to be at 5 o'clock. We will keep court 7 and 8 for anybody that wants to practice. I'm not putting matches this time on court 7 or 8 for Friday night. And I'm not sure about Saturday. We might need them Saturday. But Friday night, 7 and 8 for whoever wants to practice. before the matches, you're welcome to do so.
And for those of you that don't know the layout of Mirror Lake Racquet Club, it's an extremely beautiful place. Very lucky to be able to step foot on it. But the 6 courts 1 through 6, are relatively straightforward in front of the pro shop with elevated seating. 7, 8 are equally as beautiful, but they're kind of nestled into the woods, so it's very, I guess you could say, soothing in there. So what we, I guess, had in mind is on Friday night with the food trucks and the live entertainment, or at least the live kind of feeling, right? That we wanted everything to be underneath everyone's eyes, right? So the 2 courts that are kind of nestled in the beautiful woods will be without play. So members that aren't playing that wish to play, 7 and 8 will be available on Friday night. Okay.
For those that want to practice.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. I even put the court. So do you want me to say the court? Because I assigned the first matches.
Nope. Okay. Whatever you wish.
All right. So Lynn, Penn, and Harold, you will play against Kristen Coates and Kristen Nuke. Your match time's at 5 o'clock. Leela Rice, Kirsty Davis will face Gabriella Davis and Sophie Caldwell. You're at 5 o'clock as well. Lauren Iyer, Heather Warren will go against Kristen Roberts and Hillary Shea at 5 o'clock. Now we go to women's 3-5, because remember there is a bye for one of the groups. 3-5, Michelle Boucher and Madeline Boucher, mom and daughter, will face against Kelly Chisholm and Annie Lee Wise at 5 o'clock. Danielle Faircloth and Emily Moore, you guys have a bye on Friday. You will not play Friday night. Rhoda and Fedkovs versus Emily Raposa and Beth Lowry at 5 o'clock. Dawn Byrne. Now I'm skipping over to 4-0s. Okay. Women's 4-0s. Dawn Byrne, LaSharon versus Mary Michael and Laura Russell. You guys are at 5 o'clock. And those are your 5 o'clock matches.
Okay.
Now jumping to men's 3-5. There are 2 seeds. This is a regular draw. I think we have 14 participants. Shad Long and Josh Bowers, you will not play Friday night. You were seeded number 1 in the men's 3-5. And Tyler Warren and Zachary Hubbard, you are seeded number 2. You will not play Friday night. Unfortunately for Josh, though, he decided to play 2 divisions, so you will be playing in the men's 4-0. I'll mention your time later on.
Well, good for Josh. You know, he's going to get a lot of tennis in.
He's going to get a lot of tennis in, so I figure he might as well play Friday night since he got a bye for the men's 3-5.
Good dude, strong player. He's ready to go. Good for him.
So these matches are at 6:15. 6:15. Some matches might finish sooner. The 5 o'clock might finish sooner. We might get you on there quicker. First match will be Julie Conry and Ruth O'Donnell versus Arlene and Ellie Arnoff.
Wow. So Julie Conry is playing with Ruth.
Yes.
This is an excellent pairing here. Both are exceptionally heartfelt individuals and passionate tennis players. That's excellent. And Julie herself has gotten really, really night and day better than when we first met her.
Yes, agree. Match 2. This will be actually, when I mentioned Julie, those are the women's 3-5. This is men's 3-5. The next match going on at 6:15 will be Michael Adams and Michael McDonald versus Mark Roberts and Joseph Collette.
Let's go, Mark. Let's go, Mark Roberts. Come on, bro.
Match 3, Kevin Conry and Andy Falls versus Miller Calloway and Jim Bush.
By the way, Andy Falls and Kevin Conry won our wooden Whites and Woodies, white attire and wooden tennis racket tournament just last weekend.
And they're the number 4th seed in this tournament.
They're a solid team. Now we'll find out whether or not the more contemporary equipment changes anything, right?
Right. Fourth match, Thomas Martin and Nathan Carter versus Michael Hamner and Yemeni. Match 5, Justin Davis and Bartu Kaya versus Adam Brown and Brad Fuller.
Now, mind you, the Justin Davis that she just mentioned is our 7-year-old son. And then Bartu Kaya is a 9-year-old. Yeah. And they're playing in men's 3-5. So we have told both of these young men that let's not act like, and I hate to
they'll be fine.
Let's not act like, little ones. Take your losses, take your wins in stride, and then do your best. But both young men, JD1, I'm JD1, he's JD2, but JD2 has worked really hard, and he's a really solid player, and Bartu likewise. So we wish them the best, but don't think if you draw them in your first match that it's going to be, a pushover, because believe me, both of these young men can play.
Matches 7:15. This is men's 3-5 still. Hong Touch, Sean Abrams versus Kenny Sands and JT Hornbuckle. They are the number 3 seeds in the men's 3-5.
Yes, JT and Kenny Sands will be a formidable force. So good luck to all players there.
Second match is Dylan Curtis and Josh Dean versus Sherpa and Espinola. Match 3, we go to men's 4-0. They are in a round robin format. Reggie Euler. If you're in a round robin format, by the way, it's 8 games pro set. If you get to 7-all, it's a tiebreaker.
Yeah,
and I've set the rules there on the side as well, so you can see it.
Yes, and when we hand out new cans of balls for the matches, we will remind you. But if it's a round robin format, everyone will play everybody in pool play, and then we will take the top 2 teams out of each grouping, and we will place them seeded into a semifinal and final on Sunday. So round robin format, the goal is to get through Saturday to play everyone, and we will take the wins and losses, games won and lost, and we will format seedings for the finals or semifinals and finals on Sunday.
All right, men's 4-0. Reggie Euler and Tim Harrington versus John Hasty and Kevin Cooper.
Tough team.
At 7:15. Another men's 4-0 is Joshua Bowers, Dean Barrett versus Joel Fonseca and Joey Campbell.
Let's go.
Next match is men's 4-5, also round robin format.
Big time division too.
Stephen Morgan, Jabo Dias
Tough guys
versus the Kayas.
Tough guys. So Jabo and he's playing with who? Who's Jabo playing with? Morgan. Mm-hmm. Both of these gentlemen are lights out doubles players. Jabo made the finals of our past tournament. Semifinals, yes, and played an epic match against against a young college player that really lights out. Anyway, that's a really great matchup. We look forward to that one. Hopefully that one's up front and center.
Yes. All right. And okay. At 8:15. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I missed something on the women's.
You didn't mention your brother and Mark, I don't think.
Oh, that's what I was going to look at. Jonathan and Mark Moore have a bye for Friday night.
So Jonathan Mora is Carla's brother, a fine tennis player to say the least, and he is playing with Mark Moore, a lifetime friend of mine. We played juniors together here in Mobile as 10-year-olds. So that's going to be a really, really, really exciting pairing with your brother and Mark Moore, as well with Stephen Morgan and Jabo. And who was our other 4-5 match? Who was the other guys in the 4-5?
I'm about to mention them right now. Oh, the Stephen.
Who are the other teams? In other words,
I'm about to mention it.
Okay.
Let me finish so I can do it. I've skipped over somebody. On the women's open, Liliana Garden and Julian Legg are playing against Carmelita Mickelson and Emma Pager at 6:15.
Yeah, so Liliana is one of our daughters, and she is playing with a now college player, right?
Correct.
That went to Davidson, so they met through that kind of high school tennis realm. So we wish them luck as well. But I think Carmelita will have a little something to say about it.
Well, they're also playing against someone who played formerly for another college.
There you go.
Okay, for the men's 4-5. So I just said Steven was playing. Dias was playing against Kaya and Kaya. The next men's 4-5, it's a group. The second group is Morris and Short against Bryant and Lee, and that's at 7:15.
Okay.
And Eker and Lyons will have a bye that day.
Good.
They will not play, and that's it for the matches.
Well, and I think Jake is a coach in his own right.
Yes.
Also, the Kayas, she mentioned Kaya and Kaya. These wonderful people are a tennis family. They're from Turkey and are members of Mirror Lake Racquet Club. And as well, Kaya Balsam, the daughter, she helps us with working with Liliana, Justin Jr., and Gabriella. A really fine tennis family with a lot to offer humanity. And the two mentioned in this category, men's 4-0, right, are the father and son, respective of this family. So father and son duo, look forward to that.
There will be also the last matches, which are 8:15. There are two teams that are going to play twice. That way they don't have to play 3 matches on Saturday, which they agreed to. One is Joel Fonseca and Joey Campbell will play their second match, men's 4-0, against Jonathan Agins and Channing Townshend. And the other match that's going to play their second one. It's Liliana and Julianne against Kina and Melinda in the Women's Open.
Excellent.
And that's at 8:15. Or if a court opens up sooner, they can go on sooner.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so Carla and I, we live about an hour away from the club. So I think for the first time ever, because her brother is here, we're going to let the children ride back to Dolphin Island to sleep and to get, showered and fresh. But I think Carla, you and I have decided to spend the night there. So that way we can get up early on Saturday, have the courts ready and water jugs filled and be ready to go. So if anyone wants to, tuck us in on Friday night, then we shall be on the floor.
I don't know about that, but okay.
Anyway, as always, there is always some type of a delay in a tennis tournament. I always try to make the metaphor of a doctor's office. I hate to single out you doctors that are out there, and I know there are some, but sometimes you have a tournament or you go to an appointment and, the patient before you or the matches before, something happens and it backs things up or whatever. We do our best to eliminate that, but it's just kind of part of the deal. So if anything happens, rain or something pops up in your life, the world won't come to an end. We'll accommodate, but make sure if we do accommodate you individually, then we have to look at your partner, your opponents, and then the future opponents that are waiting to potentially play you. But we will do our absolute best. Please don't forget that if there's any questions, that you can contact myself or Carla at area code 251-404-0011, or you can email us at 5K, the number 5, the letter K, tennis, TENNIS, @mail.com. Her email personally is carlamora32@gmail, and mine personally is Justin, JP as in Papa, D as in Delta, Justin, JPD tennis @AOL.com. And we will do our best to get right back to you immediately, if not, and the subsequently future, right?
Yes.
Okay, so good luck to all players. We really do have a great time doing these tournaments, and namely because it's nice to watch students or people and then to look back how they were not long ago and tell them where they have progressed and what they still need to work on. Okay. Rain or shine, is going to be a great weekend. Please, you can bring anybody you want, friends, family, whether you want to watch them or they want to watch you play, or whether you want to jump in the pool, or whether you want, an adult beverage. That's fine. Come on. It should be a great weekend. We look at these tournaments like the fraternity and sorority world look at swaps. You come and you hang out and you have a good time, and we're going to have a tennis festival weekend. Okay. Bring your swimsuit if need be. Again, thank you to Tyler Kern, Spring Hill College, and the Mirror Lake Racquet Club Board for allowing all these competitors and friends and family to jump in a pool when it may be very warm. There are shirts and hats. Okay, so the SummerSlam hat that I have on, some of the SummerSlam shirts look like this. Okay, SummerSlam in the front, wide text on this sleeve, DDM on that sleeve, and a little bit on the back. The pre-order sold out for the shirts. We do have, I think, one hat left out of about 20. So we have one left there, and we do have some visors as well. But if you wish to have one, if you missed the pre-order, then just let us know and we'll order one for you and get it to you in a hurry. Okay. Our 5K Tennis Wimbledon podcast will start at 2:00. So in an hour and a half from now. So all of you that are ready to get into the Wimbledon draws, your favorites, dark horses, draws, some smack talk and all that in itself will be a separate show beginning here in an hour and a half. Okay. Yep. Good luck, everyone. Let's go. And if you're just catching this and you missed it live, if there's any questions, let us know. And also the draws and round robin groupings are available on the USTA site. Okay.
All right.
Fair enough. Good luck. Let's give it an old idemo, which is kind of let's go in Serbian. Let's give it an old vamos, which is the same thing in Spanish, and the old let's go, which is in English. Okay. Adios, and we will see you guys in about an hour and 25 minutes for the Wimbledon Smack Talk. We are going to be giving away cash and prizes on that show. Remember, the only criterion to get those cash and prizes is to be ready to be live in the chat. And number 2 is to be subscribed. Okay. Adios, and we'll see you guys in an hour and 25 minutes. All right. Peace out.
Bye-bye.
Good luck.